Dave, I suppose every week before a game, we always talk about the National League situation, and this week all about the National League voting system. But from a club point of view, it seems pretty obvious which way that we want to vote.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been, like I say, pretty straightforward in terms of our thoughts from the start, and that's not changed. Like I say, it's easy to say, oh well, we're bound to want to carry on because we're up there competing. But there are things, like I say, behind the scenes that you don't know. What sort of position we're in as a club and what sort of position the chairman's in, because obviously from his perspective, there's been a huge financial burden in terms of his main business has been involved in care homes and the nature of that's been, like I say, really, really well publicised as to how that's been handled and how that's transpired over the last sort of nearly 12 months. So no, it was great for us to get the backing of the chairman and the fact of where we're at. We're in a, like I say, whether it's a good place, a stable place, certainly a sustainable place at the moment, to be able to crack on, hopefully, with not too far away on the horizon, the fact that, or the opportunity that supporters are back in the ground, and everyone benefits from that.
A long trip down this weekend to Dover. What do you make of our opponents on Saturday, and how do we almost make sure that the game doesn't, go in the similar pattern that the Weymouth game did?
It's difficult to stop or difficult to say how you stop things going in a similar pattern as the Weymouth game, because again we could realistically turn up at Dover on Saturday. Pitch not in great condition. Team that have been struggling in the tail, but a team that have the potential to win games of football at this level. There's loads of variables in football, so we look back at Weymouth and say, listen, do I think we deserve to not win the game? No, I don't. We had absolutely no luck on the day. We conceded from a set piece, which from our perspective was poor. What we're going to have to do on Saturday is defend set piece as well, which we know, and we've gone through that. Try and play as best as we can, play the conditions, play the pitch, play against the opposition, try and influence our style or our game plan on the game, and try and get 3 points. But there's lots of things need to go right for that to happen. We go there, like I say, confident that with what we've done in games this season, we've allowed ourselves to do that in most instances and win 10 games. So we want to do everything we can to make sure we do everything within our control and our power to control what we can and try and get 3 points. And if that's the case, like I say, I feel confident that we can go and do that.
Obviously, we go down, we're missing Gavin Holohan due to suspension, and how much does that affect your decisions in terms of the squad and the way we play, and almost just talk us through any other injuries that we have or an injury list going into the weekend?
Yeah, but there's obviously going to be changes from the squad in terms of obviously Gav now would have missed Tuesday, and that game being called off misses Saturday. Moles remains suspended and now will miss rather than Saturday, misses Saturday, Tuesday to the end of his suspension. Aside from that, we're not bad. We're okay. Feds has got a bit of an issue with his knee from a block tackle on Saturday. He completed the game, but we knew when it happened that just in terms of opening up the medial aspect of his knee, the sort of injuries that adrenaline pumping, you probably get through to the end of the game and a bit sore afterwards, and certainly the following few days you're a bit sore. He's, like I say, settled down. It's touch and go as to whether he'll be involved. He certainly wouldn't have been involved on Tuesday. We'll get him scanned and we'll see where he's at. But like I say, there has been improvements, but again, in some ways, improvement can be a good thing and a bad thing. So, like I say, we'll make a late call on him. But like I say, aside from that, we're in a good place. it just means there's potential opportunities for other people within the squad. If you think if worst case scenario those three are out, then other people come in and get chances.
When you're looking at the squad overall, two departures recently. Joe Bunny's obviously moved on, and Tyler McGloy now at Motherwell. What's your assessment of them two moving on, and how hard has it been for yourself to try and replace them with the current situation that we've got in our hands?
Yeah, we knew the situation. We've been in, like I say, dialogue with Tyler and his agent and Blackburn around the decision they were making. And I suppose from our perspective, in normal circumstances, with the situation arising within what was happening with the league, we'd probably have brought a replacement in sooner. We've still got to be a little bit careful in the fact that we're still slightly in the unknown as to whether things will carry on, and what we don't want to do is burden ourselves with players in terms of finances and having to pay for players that in essence might not be able to play. And secondly, what we don't want to do is take players away from clubs and bring them here and them not be able to play for a set amount of time. So that's where we are with that. I think the Joe Bunny situation, there were always sort of sniffs, like I said, that Joe, certainly within January, wanted to see what was about, and to be honest, that worked from our situation. We saw it as a little bit of a short term in terms of him coming in, bringing his experience, being able to play in different positions for us, give us some cover in that left side of the pitch, because we only really had fear he could do a job or a proper natural job down there, if you like. But again, we've looked at things through different games. Ols has gone in and played in that position in sort of some behind closed doors games that we've had. So listen, we do look at the squad and look where we're at. We do hopefully have the possibility of strengthening if we need to. But I've said before, it's around bringing the right people in that are going to improve what we've currently got and are here for the right reasons. And if the situation arises where we can do that, then we will.
Just finally, we talk about how important our fans are every week, but recently our chairman's awarded, them season ticket holders for the first 10 home games or however many it is, a kind of rewards package. How important have the fans, despite not being in the stadium, just the squad and the staff really still, feel that support? When you look on social media and you hear all the support from all the wins and how well we're doing, does it really still feel like that buzz around the squad?
Yeah, well, listen, we have to do the best we can in difficult circumstances. I'm not going to say it's easy to sort of use the fans in a positive way, if you like, because it becomes really, really difficult because they aren't there actually in the flesh. We don't hear things at first hand. There's lots of like interaction through social media, and most of the players will be on social media. It doesn't hide away from the fact that it's not the real thing, if you like. I think the biggest thing for us, I suppose, and certainly from a club perspective, is that even in regards supporters, in essence, maybe having a real feeling that they weren't going to be able to get back in our ground for a long time and be able to be at the Vic and watch games, was that they still committed to purchasing season tickets. And that's made like I say, a huge impact on the football club, a huge impact on my job, if you like, in terms of recruitment and players that we've been able to bring in, and allowed us to go and get the right people in. And again, that has a direct impact on where we are in the table. So everyone takes, like I say, huge credit for that, and we can only thank them and continue to thank them, and hope, as I say, that in not too far on the horizon is the opportunity that we have supporters back in the stadium, and it really then becomes a team effort on and off the pitch every Saturday and every Tuesday whenever we play. And like I say, at the moment, as much as you try, it's not the same. What we don't want to do is get in a position where we get used to it. I don't think that'll be the case.
Brilliant, Dave. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Alex. Thanks.